The scream sliced through the twilight of Willow Grove, a gated suburb where every lawn was a perfect green square and dissent was a four-letter word. It wasn't the kind of place for chaos, not with its synchronized sprinklers and pastel mailboxes, but the sound was raw, primal, stopping Mateo Vargas dead in his tracks. He'd been hauling a box of his cousin Sophia's books into her new condo when it hit, shrill and urgent from the community park. The box slipped, crashing onto the driveway. Mateo was already running. His boots slapped the pavement, trauma kit thumping against his thigh. He wasn't on shift, just a paramedic helping family, but instincts don't take breaks. The park loomed ahead, swings creaking in the humid breeze. A knot of teenagers huddled near the basketball hoop, one sobbing. He's down. He's not breathing. On the asphalt lay a boy 15, maybe limp, lips gray as storm clouds. Mateo pushed through. Back up, he snapped, dropping beside the kid. No pulse, no breath. Cardiac arrest. Call 911, he told a girl, clutching a phone. Teen male, unresponsive, CPR started. His hands found the sternum, locking into the rhythm burned into his bones, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Sweat beaded on his neck. The crowd's murmurs faded. He didn't notice the black SUV roll up, its doors slamming. Didn't see the man stride over, walkie-talkie crackling, badge glinting like a toy. But Mateo felt the presence heavy, intrusive before the voice barked. Step away from the resident. Mateo kept pumping. I'm a paramedic. Licensed. Back off. 30 compressions, 2 breaths. The boy's chest barely moved. You're not cleared to be here, the man said, voice sharp with authority he hadn't earned. His badge read Carl Brennan, Willow Grove Security Director. This is private property. Stop now. Mateo's eyes flicked up, hard and unyielding. I'm SAVYing his life. Call EMS or get lost. He reached for his AED, fingers steady as the VYC powered up. Carl didn't budge. You don't call the shots. He unhooked zip ties from his belt sheet plastic, like something from a costume shop. Last warning. The crowd stirred, a woman yelling, let him work. Kids filmed, phones shaking. Mateo placed the AED pads, the machine humming. Then Carl moved fast, stupidly fast grabbing Mateo's arm, yanking him mid-compression. The AED tipped, skidding across the court. You're under citizen's arrest. Carl shouted, forcing Mateo down, zip ties biting into his wrists. The teens erupted screams, shoves, someone swinging at Carl. Mateo twisted, voice raw. Somebody CPR. He's dying. But no one moved. The boy lay still, pulse gone, AED silent. 6 minutes later, sirens wailed. Too late. The ambulance crew found a body, not a patient. They zipped the boy Ethan Carter into a bag as Mateo, still bound, watched the light leave the world. Mateo sat on the curb, wrists bruised, his EMT license open beside him like a confession. Sergeant Hollis, the cop who'd freed him, stared at Carl, pacing nearby in his tactical vest. You arrested a paramedic? Hollis asked, voice low with disgust. He's not a resident, Carl sputtered. He broke protocol. We have rules. Hollis handed Mateo a water bottle. Stay here. Mateo didn't answer. His eyes followed the ambulance's fading lights. He'd seen death gunshots, heart attacks, but this was worse. Ethan was a kid, one he could have saved if not for Carl's ego. By midnight, the VY Deo was VY Rel. Posted on X as HOA, Thug Stops CPR, Teen Dies, it showed Carl dragging Mateo off Ethan, zip ties snapping tight. Hashtags the justice for Ethan, the HOA arrest exploded. Strangers called Carl a killer. Others demanded Willow Grove's HOA dissolve. Mateo, crashing at Sophia's, couldn't escape his own face online shouting, he's dying, you idiot. He didn't want fame. He wanted Ethan alive. And he wanted justice. So he called Elena. Elena Vargas was a CIVYL rights attorney who didn't just win cases, she dismantled systems. When Mateo told her, her silence was a storm gathering. They didn't just stop you, she said. They let that boy die. We want to burn their world down. Morning brought Elena to the county hospital steps, her voice cutting through camera flashes. Mateo stood beside her, raw and resolute. "My brother," she said, "was assaulted for doing his duty. An untrained HOA enforcer with a fake badge stopped him from SAVYing Ethan Carter's life. We will hold Willow Grove accountable every last one of them." Reporters swarmed. Mateo hadn't meant to speak, but a mic caught him. "Ethan deserved better," he said, voice tight. "Not some guard-playing cop." The clip trended globally. Protesters hit Willow Grove's gates with signs. "CPR isn't a crime." A petition to ban HOA security patrols soared past 40,000 signatures. Newsrooms called it death by HOA. The label stuck. Inside Willow Grove's office, President Linda Hargrove faced a mutinous board. Carl followed protocol, she insisted, voice shaky. "We're not liable." "Protocol," snapped board member Tom Ruiz. "A kid's dead, Linda. We're a national joke." Tom leaked emails that night Linda's orders. "No outsiders in emergencies. Control the situation." Carl's reply: "If they're not cleared, they're a threat." The internet raged. Commentators dubbed it suburban tyranny. Elena filed a DU Law 10 million lawsuit wrongful detainment, obstruction, negligent homicide. She named Linda and Carl personally. Willow Grove's weak PR statement, a tragic misunderstanding, flopped hard. Mateo met Ethan's parents, Cheryl and Marcus, in a diner. Cheryl held Ethan's jersey, fingers tracing the number 23. "Could he have lived?" she asked softly. "Yes," Mateo said, throat tight. "If I'd had those minutes." Marcus's eyes met his. "Make them pay." The lawsuit was a grenade. Elena dug deeper, uncovering Carl's security manual, a paranoid mashup of militia blogs, with drills for detaining intruders. A whistleblower, Sarah Kim, revealed Carl's obsession with control, training volunteers to treat outsiders as enemies. An HOA chat post chilled. "Emergencies are our moment to shine." No mention of lives, just power. The nation boiled. EMT unions backed Mateo, staging protests. Another paramedic, Javier Torres, shared his story delayed by Willow Grove's gate guards while a stroke patient faded. "It's not Carl," Javier said. "It's their system." Residents split, some clung to property values. Others demanded Linda's resignation. Graffiti hit the community center. "You killed Ethan." Carl surfaced on a fringe podcast, claiming he'd protected the community. Clips of him saying, "Medics follow rules," played beside Ethan's smiling yearbook photo. It was blood in the water. A DOJ probe launched into HOA security nationwide. A councilman pushed Ethan's law, barring private groups from blocking responders. Willow Grove's insurer wavered, hinting at pulling coverage. The board was fracturing. Mateo stayed out of the spotlight, back on Shifsa, VYing a cyclist, a choking toddler. Nights were harder. Ethan's face haunted him, gray lips, still chest. Elena kept him focused, but he wasn't chasing headlines. He wanted no other kid lost to a clipboard. The trial packed the courtroom, medics, nurses, firefighters in uniform, their silence louder than any chant. Elena was surgical, presenting Carl's manual, Sarah's testimony, and a leaked email from Linda. "Outsiders make us look weak." On the stand, Linda faltered, admitting she wasn't medical but defending her rules. Elena played the VY de Mateo's compressions, Carl's zip ties, Ethan's flatline. A juror winced. Javier's testimony, his own delay, sealed it. The defense's DU Law 1 million settlement offer was scoffed at. "This isn't about cash," Elena said. "It's about accountability." The verdict landed like a hammer, guilty on all counts. The HOA owed DU Law 10 million, plus DU Law 2 million punitive for willful negligence. Linda's shoulders slumped. The judge banned Willow Grove's security program and barred untrained enforcement. Outside, Mateo faced reporters. "This isn't justice," he said, voice cracking. "Ethan should be here. I just hope no one else dies for a gate code." Medics behind him held a banner. "Let us save lives." Willow Grove collapsed. Linda resigned, her house defaced with "You let him die." Carl was arrested in a motel, his defiance muted. The HOA board was voted out, replaced by a council of teachers and retirees. A bench for Ethan went up at the court, etched with, "For Ethan Carter, whose light we lost." Flowers piled daily. Mateo returned to work, stabilizing a heart attack VY Tim, calming a panicked mom. He testified in D.C., his words birthing Ethan's law, signed months later. With the settlement, he started the Ethan Carter Fund CPR training, free AEDs, legal aid for responders. Elena joined, her fire relentless. One night, a boy approached Mateo at Sophia's, holding a candle. "For Ethan," he said. "My dad says he tried hard." Mateo lit it, the flames stubborn in the breeze. At a school talk later, a teen in an Ethan Live shirt asked, "You're the guy who got arrested for helping, right?" "Yeah," Mateo said, smiling faintly. "That's me." "Cool," the kid said. It wasn't cool, not the pain, the loss, but something had served VY Ved. Mateo hung the boy's candle wrapper in his locker, beside a photo of Ethan's bench. The fight wasn't done. But for now, the world breathed again, and Mateo kept going for Ethan, for the next call, for the pulse he'd find and hold. If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.